What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Disattractions. Today we got you another banger, another great episode for you guys to enjoy. Today we're going to be talking about Villains Land. We don't know what the heck they're making with it. Apparently it's going to be much bigger than what they anticipated.
It's going to be totally wicked.
Yeah.
Nice reference.
I don't know why that gave me a blank. But today we're going to talk about our predictions / none of this is going to happen, our wants and desires for a Villains Land.
I want to say needs. Disney. I'm looking at you. If this doesn't turn out the way that it exactly plays out in this video, if you guys don't listen to us entirely, we might cease to exist. We might evaporate into thin air. Not die. I'm saying like
Thanos snap
and have existed. Yeah.
Dude,
So you better get on it. Disney.
Thanos snapped my wife. That's all I gotta say about that.
So guys, that was a great episode of Disattraction.
So we got a list of ideas here that we're going to be talking about for a villains themed land, because they're going to be it's one of the for sure things that's happening in the future. With everything that Disney has announced, a lot of it is hearsay. So because we have yet to see any construction on any of it, unless it's like Monsters Inc. or Muppets right now. Yeah. So is there anything they're doing under construction other than those two?
Probably something at Epcot, because they're always doing something at Epcot, it seems like.
They haven't finished what they said they were going to do for Epcot anyways, so it's fine.
Fair.
They're never going to, it takes them 5 years to build a courtyard.
Can we actually shout out Josh Diamaro here for a second?
Yeah. Like he needs a shout out, like no one knows who he is.
Nobody knows who Josh Diamaro is, so let's shout him out. He's the CEO. We talked about that last episode, but I'm saying let's shout him out for doing a actual good thing for the Disney company within the last 2 weeks, which is completely shuttering his ties to AI for the company in general,
which is great.
Yeah, the OpenAI deal that Disney was going to pay $2 billion for is now not happening, which I know some people might be like, well, that's probably because the Sora company in general is going under, which I mean, or you can say that. But also, he did make a declarative statement that they will not be using AI in any of the Disney movie products while he is CEO. So,
which is great. News. I'm glad Sora's going under, dude. For a while, there's been a lot of misinformation about AI in general, because a lot of companies are trying to make it this new big thing. It's wasting a lot of money. It's not profitable. And this is just the first evidence of that. It is literally so expensive to run, and companies barely make any money off of it. So they're trying to make it seem bigger than it is so that they make money on it. So
hearing of some of these companies, of the people who are the founders of them, will actually get prosecuted at some point. I think it'll be interesting to see.
They're already losing so much money, and companies are desperately trying to use AI as much as they possibly can to get as much money as they can from it, but it's not happening.
If it's stealing resources, time, money, and they've also been deceptive about how it works in a market, do you think some of these people might see jail time?
Probably not.
Yeah, probably.
No, I mean they're probably not. They're people like that don't ever see jail time or anything like that. I think that AI is going to start to not go under, but start to lower, because all of a sudden people are going to realize how much valuable real creation is than AI, because also this has been declared by the government, is that all AI content is not under copyright. It is free for anybody to use. Any AI generated art can be used by anybody. So for example, if all of a sudden Disney created an AI generated movie, right? Anybody could go and use that, because it wasn't created by Disney, it was created by an AI. So it's not protected under copyright.
Yeah.
So companies are not going to be wanting to use that, because they want to have all their rights to the product they're making. So that's another big reason as to why a lot of companies are stopping using AI as well, because they can't actually have physical ownership over it. Like if they actually hired people to do drawings instead of actually asking Grok to generate generate a picture of whatever.
My
Um,
dog.
yeah, this is getting way off topic. But anyways, shout out to Josh Giamaro from the Disattractions to getting AI out. To be honest, it really shouldn't be a shout out. That should just be the standard. It's sad that we have to shout that out.
But
it's a
but
it's a good thing. So it's not a bad thing. So
yeah, no, it's a positive thing. But are you telling me that I can't see my fruit Love Island
no, you
anymore?
can't do it. Anyone can use that.
I know. That's so stupid,
Well,
you know?
it's gonna still be. It's not using Sora, so it's still gonna be uploading. So you can still watch it if you want.
No, I'm not watching that.
I was like, if you want to watch it, I mean, go ahead, dude. You can brain rot watch that. But let's get back on topic, I guess. So back to Villains Land again. We know nothing about it. We know nothing what's going on with it, other than that it's gonna have a pretty big attraction up to the level of Rise of the Resistance, from what I'm hearing.
It's made entirely with AI. No, I'm just kidding.
Huh?
I said it's made entirely with AI.
Yeah, no, and the entire thing, yeah, is made with AI. And so, well, I guess we'll start off with the land. I mean, what do you think the Villains Land's gonna look like, Brett? Like, what do you think it's gonna like? Is it gonna be like a Darkmoor situation where it's its own like created universe?
I think so. I really do think that they need to do a sort of portal thing with this. You walk into like maybe a tunnel and it appears. Because I think it's gonna be weird if you're walking through Magic Kingdom and there's like in the corner there's like giant villains and thunder.
It's just like all of a sudden burned and destroyed, and like it's like all of a sudden like, what's over there? It's like, oh man, dude, yeah, that's a
What if they built it underground? That'd be kind of wild.
that would be wild.
But anyway, um, and yeah, I think it would be really cool if somehow they made it perpetually nighttime in the area. I don't know even know how you would do that. Like, could you build a dome over it and make it?
Don't know, make it nighttime.
Yeah, that'd be kind of interesting.
That'd be innovative.
Yeah. But you walk in and there's like, I think, like we talking about, people will probably dress up as like, well, characters will play. Well, the Disney villains will be walking around, you know, probably like trying to mess with you, play like trying to be all like mischievous and stuff. It won't go on the same level as Invisible Man, I doubt, where they'll just like ruin your day and roast you.
Right.
I don't know if Disney would do that necessarily, but it'd be kind of funny if they did. They should make fun of Disney adults. That'd be great.
I mean, at like the Halloween event that I went to at Disneyland, Hades was pretty. Now, I mean, he didn't steal your stuff, obviously, or like like physically mess with you, but he was pretty like ruthless when he was talking to people.
Nice.
So I mean, they've kind of done that before.
I guess it could be like an idea where you're like, if you step in here, it's a little more edgy or subversive than normal Disney. You know, maybe you just have that agreement.
I would assume that if you're going, if you were knowingly going into a villains themed land, you're kind of already thinking, okay, this is going to be more, a little more spooky. I mean, again, like spookiness level for Disney is like that one or that one part of scene of SpongeBob where he goes over the little bump and it's like, ah! It's like that little scene where it's like spooky by Disney standard is like that.
Yeah.
At least nowadays. I mean, back when Michael Eisner was in office. That's not the word to use. Was in the CEO chair. He made some scary stuff, but like as of right now, it's pretty tame. So generally, I think this is kind of be for like tweens. Like that's the kind of market, tweens and a little bit above.
Yeah.
I mean, the market for Disney right now is all adults right now, but
honestly. Well, this area of the park, it reads to me Hot Topic core, right?
Yeah, no, Hot Topic core. I mean, I guess the closest thing I can compare it to is Darkmoor, but Darkmoor is its own thing. Darkmoor is like Hot Topic core. I was like, it's the same. I want to say it's boxed lunch core. is
Disney.
Is Disney's like the villain's land. It's even less so than Darkmoor, because Darkmoor, like, they have blood. You has a guy like walking around holding like guts in his hand.
Yeah.
They're not guts in his hand, but like arms. You have Igor walking around with body parts in a bag.
I doubt Disney's gonna go that far, but they could.
Sure, I highly doubt that. It's gonna be more like just the typical villains walking around just making fun of you.
Just gonna walk up and be like, "I hate you." Just walk up and kill you.
Honestly, I'd find that less threatening than someone coming up to you and being like, actually like they get like straight up like background on you.
Yeah.
You know, they look into your life. They contact Nardwar and they say, "All right, give me information about this person."
Nardwar.
Dude. All of a sudden, it's like, yeah, I know you cheated on your wife.
Sabrina Carpenter would come in with Nardwar.
Yeah,
She'd become the next Disney villain.
she'd probably kill it. She'd probably kill it at a Disney villain part, dude.
Yeah, exactly.
Um,
She'd just walk up to somebody's dad and be like, "I'm gonna be your Disney villain," and they're gonna be like, "Sabrina, stop."
literally, dude, you'd walk into the park, Sabrina would come and steal your dad and leave. That's what would happen, dude. Leaving your wife, dude.
Yeah.
And then Sabrina would make a song about you.
Infidisney-ility.
Oh my gosh, this is really bad.
That was not good. You can cut that out.
That's okay. I'm leaving that in, so you have to be embarrassed.
Okay. Did you see that video? This is a slightly off topic. Did you see that video that was going around TikTok of the man who is locked outside of his room at like I think it was like the All-Star Movies Resort? It's just him banging on the door and like
Yeah.
he takes his suitcase at one point, he just shoves into the door.
Yeah.
Did you hear it? Did you hear the further context of what that was about?
I did not.
He was getting so everyone made the story that it was like a divorce situation, right? And he was like struggling to get in. It was the wrong room.
Oh my gosh.
So he was just trying to get into some random person's room.
And oh my gosh.
I guess there was like context where he would think that his family wouldn't want him in the room or something like that. So that's why. But no, he had the wrong room.
Well, everyone has to make it a bigger problem than what it was.
No, but like I guess they got banned off of property, which makes sense. I mean, he was trying to break into somebody's room.
Yeah, was he knowingly doing that, or was he like had a condition to where he like, you know, like some people don't know that stuff.
I don't know. That's all I heard. Really,
yeah, it's like, yeah, it doesn't matter, dude. Add him to the villain park, dude. Add him in there. He's gonna break into your room.
Break into the ride.
Yeah. And so I guess that's to wrap up what this villain's lane I think is what it look like. I think it's just gonna be, from what the concept art looks like, it just kind of looks like a mishmash of just dark.
Yeah.
It's dark morbid Disney. That's what this is gonna be.
Which, hey, you know what? I'm in.
And so the first e-ticket ride, or this is the one, like the pretty big e-ticket ride that we're gonna have, is we're gonna have an e-ticket villains roller coaster type mixed with dark ride. That's kind of like Gringotts, but the roller coaster part is actually intense and has more meat on its bones. If that makes sense to our viewers, because I love Gringotts, but like Brett wants to old yeller it. He wants to go out and take out back and put out its misery.
Okay, so like it's a running joke at this point.
Yeah.
I don't think it's awful. I think it's like a 6 out of 10. I think it's like 5.
I think it's probably one of the worst war crimes in the world. Like it literally goes the meteors that killed the dinosaurs, Gringotts, World War II. Like it's literally like one of the
What
most
is that
biggest.
list?
Like you think it's an affront to like humanity?
No, it's not that bad. That title goes to Curse of the Werewolf.
You think Supercharged is better than Gringotts?
Yeah, definitely not. Jimmy Fallon, perhaps. No, I'm just kidding. The Jimmy Fallon ride. Okay, I have to be honest. The Jimmy Fallon ride is my favorite ride in any theme park ever.
I'm sure he would love to hear you say that.
I'm trying to get on a show.
Dude, he was there just like in front of his ride the other week. He was just like, "Hey, come meet me!" Like he thought it was some top tier stuff. He was trying to Johnny Depp his own ride, dude.
Yeah, I'm kind of wondering. He's like, I'm gonna get canceled soon. I might as well.
Did he get canceled?
No, he didn't.
I was like, I could see it one day. Everyone gets canceled at some point.
Yeah.
It just depends on how long. We'll get canceled at some point.
Oh no.
for whatever. I don't know. They'll find something.
Everything's squeaky clean with me, you know.
I don't know, dude. Doodaloot, dude. He'll find something.
Doodaloot do.
I'll just do Nardwar. I don't know. He'll find something. When are we gonna be on Nardwar?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow, dude. Is he gonna be on here, dude?
Yeah, he's our next guest in the next 2 weeks.
Nice.
I'll reach out to him.
We'll reach out to him.
No.
That's like actually something he would do. Except we're not in the music industry, so.
Yeah.
So, anyways, going further in this, it's like a Gringotts style kind of ride where it does stop and start, but it's like the Mummy more honestly, because it actually has like more actual nuanced like roller coaster segments that are actually pretty intense. Not pretty intense, but like a good like Space Mountain vibey.
Yeah.
But you are kind of facing off against the villains here on this roller coaster. You're kind of almost like Spider-Man Universal one-on-oneing them a little bit. Like you go on a roller coaster section, then you have an interaction with a villain, either that be Ursula, Maleficent, Cruella de Vil, Jafar, all this stuff, and you have these dark ride sections mixed with a little bit of like digital effects and stuff. And then you launch to another little Space Mountain section.
So what we were describing this as a little bit is the story. Essentially, you're in Villain's Land, and it becomes kind of more meta contextual. You walk into this area, and they're like, "Hey, you're a Disney urban explorer. You're not supposed to be exploring this area." And you're like, "Oh, okay." And so then you run into Kronk, right?
This is so patchworked.
Yeah, I know. It's all good. It's all good.
Spirit Halloween's gonna take over when this.
No. So what I'm saying.
That's what the Disney Villains Land is, dude. It's Spirit Halloween, dude.
But no, you're exploring like the dark house, like the dark castle, because this takes place in the dark castle, right? And then in the pre-show, it's kind of like, you're not supposed to be exploring here. How do you enter in here? So the joke is that like you're like a Disney YouTuber,
right?
And that you're filming content, and they're like, you can't be filming content here. The villains are gonna find out. They're gonna attack you. But then Kronk is like, hey guys, I'm here.
Hey guys, I'm Kronk. I'm here, bro. Why is he here?
He goes, he explains to you, I've had a change of heart. Kids changed my life, like the Kronk kids did, because I'm just here to figure out what they're going to do next so we can save the Magic Kingdom. But you guys really need to get out of here, so don't worry. I'll get you in this room. I'll pull a lever, and it's going to send you back to Magic Kingdom. So then you get on this ride, and you go into the first room, and of course it's Kronk, so he pulls the wrong lever, and literally you hear Yzma go, "Wrong lever, Kronk," as he pulls it, and then you drop down, kind of like the Gringotts right at the beginning. Like you have the cart there at the start, and then you drop down, and when you drop down, he goes like into fiery pits of Disney villain evil, and as you go through, you run into all the villains, and they try to attack you. And that's where it becomes a roller coaster as you're trying to race out of this area because Kronk pulled the wrong lever.
I will say, I've had disagreements about the Kronk pulling the lever. Even in this situation, it's literally patchwork just for the line. It's literally there for one reason and one reason only.
No.
He doesn't need to be here.
Justification, okay? Look, villains area. Yzma is definitely in the villains, right?
Yeah, but like Yzma's not. I mean, sure, she's there.
Villain, okay. Kronk is her assistant. Kronk is dumb. Kronk isn't necessarily a villain. He's just dumb, and he kind of follows whoever, right? So Kronk could still just be like, "Oh, I'm loyal to Yzma, but also like you guys don't deserve to die." You know what I mean? He's so
yes, I kind of understand it.
Kronk could be hanging out because they just figure he's like a dumb guy to manipulate, but he's a little smarter than they think he is. But he's not.
Then if we want to add him to the story, then we would have to change the story for him to be dumb. So like all of a sudden you walk into like
he's dumb in the original movie.
No, I'm talking about like in the ride. Instead of him being smart enough to know that this is a bad place and he wants to get you out of here and he pulls whatever, literally have him be like, So they told me I'm here and I'm trying to like or whatever. Because I think you should. I think you should. I mean, at the start of the ride, I feel like it should be a trap, 100%. You fall in. It's like you were literally walking in this castle in this queue, and you were literally just literally coaxed into going into a trap. And then
What
like Kronk's sitting there, he traps you or whatever, and he's like, I'm like literally reading this list, going off. He's like, so I'm here to read you what's going to happen to you. And then it starts reading off. Maybe you can add in. He's like, I don't know, like.
Okay, I have an idea.
Okay.
So it starts. Kronk is about to pull the right lever, and then Yzma comes out, and she's like, "Wrong lever, Kronk." And then Kronk betrays you, and he pulls the wrong lever, and he goes, "I'm sorry, y'all. You've been fooled." And then he pulls the lever, and then you drop there. So the whole time
I
he's
think.
thinking,
I think if you just make him completely. Like, I mean, like Kronk is. I mean, he's not an idiot. I don't know, maybe he's an idiot. I don't know.
yeah, that's the whole point of his character. He's dumb.
And that's why I think he should just be completely like when you go into this castle, it'd be really cool to like go into like the caverns and whatnot because maybe they're like I don't know what the reasoning is as to why you go in the castle, but eventually you get into a pre-show where it's like even like it looks like there's like a wall that drops behind you or something that's like you're trapped or whatever. It looks like a cage, and then you have an animatronic of Kronk just kind of standing there being like, "So yeah, you're trapped." The villains like, and of course the villain has to do like Kronk has to do a monologue of why we trapped you. We want to like collect your soul energy to power something. Like there's a reason as to why they want something out of us as the riders and then whatever, and then he's like we need this certain thing from you as you go for it's basically kind of like Rise of the Resistance where you get imprisoned and you're like we want to interrogate you or whatever, then you move to the next room or whatever, and it's like we need to take you to the interrogation chambers.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's interesting and there's more of a meta contextual element to this where you're just exploring the castle because you're a tourist and then they're like you're not supposed to be in here.
Okay, so we can take that. We could take it but leave out like we could do like you're not supposed to be here, this is off limits, then that leads to the capturing.
Okay,
That's
but like
meta contextual.
I think what if you're not supposed to be there, but then Kronk manipulates you, and then he pulls the correct lever actually, but he's pretending to be your friend at first.
But Kronk wouldn't do that. He's dumb.
Yeah, but maybe he's being manipulated by the villains. You know what I mean? Maybe they have him under even a mind control. Maybe Maleficent has him under a spell.
Yeah, maybe. I'm just trying to think of a way that's like less patchworky than literally it makes sense to the flow of the story rather than just like, oh yeah, I'm here by the way. It's like something to where is like
I don't see why it would be so difficult for Kronk to be in this villain's area when he is working for a villain though.
no, that makes sense. I'm just saying is that like why are the villains here? Like, not why are the villains like yeah, exactly. Why are the villains here and what do they want? Yeah. Other than you're just venturing into their zone, sure. But like there has to be some sort of drive as to why they want like sure, you go into their area. Why don't they just kick you the hell out if they don't want you?
Because what if they do want you?
So that's what I'm trying to figure out is why do they want you? And so Kronk being there, it's like, well, why are these villains together here all in one place in the first place? Like the monsters. You know, Monsters Unchained, you go in there, Frankenstein's doing experiments on them and is capturing them to do experiments on them. That's why they're all here. It's like, why are the villains here in the first place?
What if they just want to eat you? I think you look like a snack.
Yeah, straight up, just like Kronk's like, yo, I'm going to cook you up. But like, yeah. I'm trying to figure out why are the villains here. Kronk is one of them, and it could be easily used as a way to not coax, but like, you know, like be a dumb guy to play the dumb part to just send him to the wrong area or whatever. But like, why is Kronk here? Why is Yzma here? Why is all these villains here in one place for some reason? Maybe it's because they're trying to take over the Magic Kingdom. That could be that. And maybe the one way to do that is maybe they're confined to the one area of the park. That makes it meta contextual. Maybe they're confined to the one villain's land. They can't venture out of it because there's some protective thing that Mickey Mouse has done, dude. He's done the spell work.
Yeah, the Sorcerer Mickey's
The Sorcerer Mickey is like, you can't leave. And maybe the key to that is through the guests.
Maybe so.
Somehow, some way. And so you're wandering through this zone or whatever.
Maybe they're creating a facade, right? They're like, welcome to this. What if the beginning of the ride
Yeah.
is like they're pitching like this is gonna be the greatest theme park attraction you've ever been on. It's gonna be so fun. And it's like silly like little villains references as you're gonna have a wickedly good time here and stuff. And Captain Hook's gonna hook you into the ride. That doesn't make any sense. But
We could do that. You could even make it even more. But if you want to make it meta, you could be like, meet the villains. Like, we've gone good. You know, like talking about like, here are the proof that we've gone good or whatever, and like all this stuff. Like it shows like fake ass like Nobel Prize awards and like all that stuff, and then you get trapped, and you're like, no, I explained this to you. We need your help. We need your something to be able to break the confines of the barrier around Villain's Land or whatever.
oh no.
And then Kronk, and they're basically about to do the machine. You're like, there's a machine that does something to you or whatever. And then it's like, Kronk, pull the lever to put them in or whatever. Then he pulls the wrong lever, saving you. Okay. Then you go and try to escape through whatever catacomb system they got. The villains try to get you back on track. And that's when you're fighting them.
Okay, I think
that's it. I think that's it. So you have everything with the contextual thing of why you're going on there, why Kronk is pulling the wrong lever, and it's not just because the problem I had with that was literally people were thinking of like, oh, this would be a great ride because he pulls a lever and then you go on the ride. They would never explain as to like it's you can't base a ride off of one little comment or like it can be a reference to something in a bigger picture, but you can't just base a roller coaster. If Disney does this, it'll be sad. But just off of one thing, of a small scene in a movie that lasted 60 seconds, you have to have more nuance to that. So I think that's what we just laid out is perfect. We can move on to the next one.
Okay, let's do it.
I think right. That's pretty good. So like to round out. So basically, you're going into this castle, and basically you could have like the villains say like we've gone good or whatever, and try to convince you that they're good. And maybe that's the whole theme throughout the park is that they're trying to like put on a facade that they're good, but maybe not. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's whatever. And then you go on the ride, you get trapped or whatever, and Kronk has to read you your Miranda rights. And then you're like, okay, now you're gonna get on this machine or get on this coaster or get on this track to send you to the whatever we want you to go to, and then pull the lever to do this, Kronk, and then he's like, oh no, wrong lever. You shoot down, and all the villains are like, that's the wrong lever or whatever. But Kronk knew this because he's not dumb. He's like, no, this is really weird. Yzma, you told me they were gonna just have some they're just gonna have some dessert and coffee. Like if they know or whatever, and then you start, like Maleficent is the spirit, the big bad of this ride. And you have some really cool animatronics. You have a cool serpent animatronic for Jafar. You have, a really cool dragon animatronic for Maleficent and stuff. And then all of a sudden you finally get out because at the end Kronk finally pulls the right lever for like to whatever to get you off or something. But yeah, that's that. All right. We're 30 minutes in. Let's move on to the second ride, which I'm going to let you pitch because it was completely your idea, was the spinning ride with Ursula's tentacles.
Yeah. You wrote something else, which was interesting.
We'll have to talk about that for a different day.
Okay. So, my idea for this ride is we know they're going to come up with a spinning ride, right? Because Disney just be liking doing that. Mm-hmm. What the spinning ride's going to end up being is something to keep kids distracted in this park because it's still Magic Kingdom. So it's going to be like really basic and stupid. But what if it wasn't? What if you had a story-based spinning ride?
Heck yeah, dude. First of its kind.
So you go into a queue show And essentially, the villains are going, look, Ursula, she's getting a little too. If you guys have ever seen the Fritz Lang movie M, essentially, it's about a bunch of prisoners who go after one prisoner because he's a little more evil than the rest of them, right? In this context of this story, they're like, Ursula's she's taking it a little too far. Look, I know we're evil, but like she's evil. Like she's manipulating 16-year-old girls. We can't be on the FC.
Right.
Right? So the pre-show is them being like, look, we need your help to banish Ursula from the park.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna take a lot for us to do this. And we need your help because we could even tie it back to the other ride. We're still under this curse. You guys are the
They could even be like, this is the ride you go on, and they're like, we're trying to be good, we're really good, and she's being really bad. You know,
Yeah.
we've turned a new leaf. We're trying to be better people. Over there, she's like, but meanwhile, you know, she wants to go to the island. But like, you know, it's like,
Exactly.
it's like,
So you get to this cart and you start to go towards Ursula to attack. There's a giant Ursula there. And the giant Ursula, like it looks like almost like an animatronic, picks up your car and just slings you around the whole time. And it's like kind of intense. Like this, not only is it spitting, but like she's trying to like take you down and she's like trying to slam you against the wall. You're literally just pretty much being beaten up by Ursula the whole time.
that's
But
a
as a
distraction.
yeah. So like your cart's spinning, she's like controlling you. She's like the animatronics looking at you has like these glowing eyes and starts screaming and like throws smoke in your face and stuff like that. Like it's like real disorienting, right? Um and like it's gonna make people sick. Like there's gonna be a lot of vomit on Ursula. But and in the end of the ride, she's like starts screaming, "Oh," and then like fire shoots out of her like mouth and she sets everyone down. And
Yeah.
it's like, you defeated Ursula. And then you go out and you get a badge that says, I defeated Ursula.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's a good idea. And I think what's the most unique part about this ride is that we're gonna have a system that has a. I think it'd be cool if you went on a cart and you had a couple dark ride scenes, like you know, explaining everything, and then that cart could transition to the spinny part of the ride.
Yeah.
And there could be multiple Ursulas in the same vicinity, so that it could keep ride wait times. Try to get them lower, so that you're not just waiting.
Yeah. It's going to be 120 minutes to see Ursula and have her beat you up for 3 minutes.
Yeah, so like you have multiple Ursulas, so that your track can switch or whatever and go on different ones, so that you know it's like you decrease the wait times. But yeah, that's a pretty. That would be a very unique spinning ride.
Marcella?
Marcella?
No, Mercila.
Oh my gosh, this is really bad. And yeah, that's not right, I guess.
No, it's good.
That was it. That was Ursula's tentacle swirl.
Yeah.
Tentaswirl.
Swirl. Ooh, okay. You know?
The tentahurl. That's what they're gonna call it because everyone throws up on it.
Yeah. That'll be like its nickname
Yeah.
from podcasters.
Mm-hmm.
WDW Today will be like, hello. This is the guy who hates everything that looks like a car dealership, man. And today I'm going to be reviewing Tintahurl. Yeah, that's what I felt like after getting off of this ride.
Yeah.
What was Disney Imagineering thinking?
What were they thinking?
What were they thinking?
Yeah, what were they thinking?
Okay.
And the last ride I have, which I didn't have a lot of time to think on, but I think it'd be cool, is we have a water ride that's Captain Hook themed, and you could basically it could be like there could have been a battle between the heroes and the villains on like one side of the
And you're shooting water guns at each other? That'd be kind of fun.
or you shoot water guns at maybe you shoot them at the heroes, and you get to be a villain.
Ooh, yeah.
And like you're on Captain Hook's like he's sitting there, he's going like, these villains we have turned a new leader so good they're still punishing us. What is this, the government? and then you go on the ride or whatever, and you're like shooting non-lethal water at like all these targets and whatnot.
And the alligator keeps popping up. If you shoot directly in its mouth, you get like 1,000 points.
Yeah, and then at the it'd be at the end you
poop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's that. I think that's pretty self-explanatory. It's like a fire drill, but if you're defeating like Peter Pan,
Windy,
Mickey Mouse, For some reason, he's there too.
But it's specifically the Mickey Mouse from Runaway Brain.
Sure, we can do that.
Yeah.
And that's all I have idea on that one. I thought we just needed another to ride around things out.
You can have Harry Potter there.
There, Harry Potter's there, Minions.
Mitt Romney.
Mitt Romney's there.
Yeah.
Christian Bale.
Who happens here?
Judy Hopps. Ellen DeGeneres.
Yeah. But it's a terrible like animatronic from to get it back.
And so I guess those are the 3 rides. Now we can scoot on to some food action because food's great.
Yeah.
So we have a couple ideas here. The first one we have is like you gotta sell the purple potion that they have sold before in the past. They have sold this. It's not like this is new, but they could just have a permanent they can have a potion spot.
I was today years old when I figured out they actually used to sell those potions. That's kind of interesting.
Yeah, it was at California Adventure, I think. I remember that because when I visited there last, who I was with was like, "Oh, we gotta get it," and it was all sold out because it makes sense.
Yeah.
But we could have a whole potion bar. Like it could be a bar. Yeah. And you could get a whole bunch of different potions because there was a lot of different potions in the cabinet that she grabbed, those different animals and stuff. Like she could have like a bar or whatever that had the different potions that different animals or different flavors of stuff.
Yeah, we could do that.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's what I got for that. And you can have the little the bubbling technology that they have, that
put some boba in it.
Have you seen the cups that they have that have the little bit of I think it's dry ice in them at the bottom of the glasses that make them bubble?
So
yeah.
Yeah.
You have those in them too.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty cool. And this would be right next to Kronk's Grill, which Kronk would be making his, he loves to cook, and so he'd be making his standard dishes. Maybe he's making his own spin on burgers, his own spin on whatever he wants to make.
Yeah.
This is probably your quick service of the bunch. So there's a food court or whatever, and you can grab a burger and grab a purple potion or whatever, and just sit there and drink and eat and have a good time.
I love it.
Maybe you could even have that. This would be disgusting. Have the giant bug they eat in Emperor's New Groove, where they hit it and it opens up.
Oh yeah, like eggs.
It could be the bowl. Could be the little worm. It could be I don't know, whatever. That'd be kind of disgusting, but
yeah, but novel. If it was like a cooked egg, you would tap it and it runs.
Yeah,
it's like an exploding bug.
That'd be cute.
That'd be kind of fun. People would be like, "Ew," but it tastes really good.
Yeah, it's like a novelty. It's like ew. It's like early. It's like 90s GAC level
yeah.
Ew, but cool.
I gotta listen to the Goo Goo Dolls now. I know, stupid.
They're gonna be here. The Google Dolls are gonna play every night.
Yo. And know your name.
And then over near the Ursula attraction, we're gonna have an Ursula sit-down seafood restaurant. That it's Ursula's kidnapped all the fish that she's kidnapped and stole stuff from, and she just cooks it up. She kills them.
Literally eating innocent victims.
Yeah, and it'll be great. So you're sitting there. Oh wow, this is some really good salmon. It's like, well, that salmon had desires and a will to live.
Yeah. What if every order you got a note explaining their life and their backstory?
Yeah, literally. It's like I stole this person's desire to have kids.
Yeah.
And wanted to have a life. This fish wanted to have 3 kids.
Here's their social security number.
Yep. They were very great at this and this. Mm-hmm. And they'd be really good seafood. And you're like, oh, this is really good.
Yeah.
I decided to pair this sea bass with this salad because its will to want to be a great chef was, I don't know, just literally has an explanation of really fine dining. It's expensive too. It's it's not cheap. It's like a sit down nice restaurant.
There's a note that's like, this fish was the Timothy Chalamet of the sea. You're like, oh, interesting.
Would you like that Marty normal or Marty Supreme?
Ooh. Or Marty
the Marty Supreme. It's like a Supreme
yeah.
It's like there's a normal the Marty, and then you can order the Marty Supreme.
We had a on my Oscar night that I did at the Alamo. We served Marty Supreme pizza
That's
at the,
cool.
at the bar. Yeah. Um. Yeah, we have the Marty Alamo.
Oh my gosh. And that's like the sit down. That's the like the nice restaurant you have to make a reservation for. You have to make a reservation for to see these victims.
Well, I'm sad.
And then the next time you come in, you'll it'll be a whole new experience because there'll be a whole new fish that has different wills and desires. So it's great. The last food place we got on here is a kind of another little quick service joint, but it's themed after I forget his name, but the villain from Hunchback. What's his name?
Frollo.
Frollo.
Yeah, Frollo.
Rolo.
Frollo.
And we're gonna have a hellfired roasted pizza, which they're not gonna call it that, but that'd go hard. And it's like a giant. And what me and Brett were saying was it's like Pizza Moon, but instead of like a Smashing Pumpkins album, it's a cathedral.
Yeah. And they're playing really loud organ music the entire time.
Yeah, literally. There's actually they have mass. They have Sunday mass.
Oh, that didn't. Yeah, the very operatic. Like it almost like makes your tummy hurt. It's so loud.
Yeah.
As you're eating pizza.
And I was saying you could have like the fire organ from Monsters Unchained, but that's cooking your pizza.
Ooh, that's kind of.
And you have a red. You can get the hellfired roast like hellfired pizza, which is like a spicy pepper pizza with red crust from like tomatoes.
Yeah.
Or something. So you can just copy the ube pizza and just do it with different colorings.
I think you're kind of cooking here.
I know. We're cooking.
We are. Now
moving on down into shopping. We got first thing we got is Goob's Gifts from the famous movie How to Train Your Dragon. Goob from How to Train Your Dragon.
Yeah.
Goob from Meet the Robinsons. And he's just I don't know why he's selling stuff, but he's selling stuff because this is before he pitched his idea for the hat to the was it the bank? Yeah, the bank. So he had to. This is right after that. And so he's like trying to make money to invest this new development of this new bowler hat. Or no, it wasn't bowler hat. It was like the new technology for it was the future device. No, I'm just thinking about this too much. Anyways, the point of it is that Goob's selling stuff, and you can buy the bowler hat. You can buy what can you buy at Goob's? Lucille's cookies.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah, the Lucille's cookies, and the cookies are shaped like butts.
Yeah, because she was baking those cookies.
Mm-hmm.
What else can you buy?
You have to make Mickey ears that look like bowler hats.
That would be cute.
What are you doing?
Yeah, that'd be cute.
Yeah. That's my biggest thing. You could buy the Meet the Robinson soundtrack on vinyl that has a Gorillaz cover on.
Yeah, literally Gorillafied Meet the Robinsons. Dude. Hello. Has the freaking it has the freaking the 2D radio like voice. It's like, "Hello. I've got something to show you." Boy, it's crazy.
Crazy. Hello, brother. I got something to tell you.
Yeah, literally. Marky Smith.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
Funky bunch.
Yeah, and then the next shop that we have is the crab from Moana. I can't say his name for the life of me. Tamatoa, there we go. I forget his name. He's got a hoard shop, and this is where you can buy expensive designer watches and like jewelry and like bags and like expensive stuff because he hoards all of it. So if you want to buy a Citizen watch, or you want to buy an Omega watch, or you want to buy a Prada bag or a Gucci bag or stilettos, or you want to buy whatever is expensive at a theme park, because why wouldn't you want to buy, a couple $100 to $1,000 watch at a theme park? Like that'd be fun. And you have a giant crab animatronic that yells at you when you come in,
I love it.
because that's Brett's favorite thing is to get yelled at wherever he goes.
Yeah, I go to theme parks to get verbally abused.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Halloween Horror Nights, pretty much.
Yeah, exactly.
Um, and that's all the shopping we got. Moving on to shows and events, we got the Hades Coliseum show, which this would go hard.
Yeah.
It's a giant coliseum that you get to go into, and he gets to do a whole show where like he like has like, you know, he runs a show for you, and maybe you have a Hercules actor as he fights like all these beasts. He could fight the Nemean lion. He could fight, you know, the Hydra, and have these really cool puppets that come out and stuff.
Yes. I pissed a show. I pissed a show.
Bro, he pissed the show, dude. You're such a good filmmaker. You just piss shows, dude. You just literally just there's another one.
Yeah, there it is. I pitched a show with Hades, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where he actually goes up and it's like an episode of Jerry Springer, but for theme parks, right? He goes up, he's like, I'm gonna have a volunteer from the audience. He's gonna tell me how terrible your day's been in the park. We're gonna try to figure it out. But he just spares the drama the whole time. He makes things so much worse for the family. He's like, yeah, maybe you hate your dad because he sucks. Like, I'm looking at him right now. Dude blows. You should get away from him when you're 18.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
That'd be crazy. Like an episode of Dr. Phil, but Hades is Dr. Phil, which is pretty much like in real life. So,
yep.
Yeah.
And that could be a section of this show. I think it'd be like you could have like an intermission where you do that.
Yeah,
it'd be fun.
Hello, it's Hades. Today we have on.
Yep. And then we kind of already said this, but like we're gonna have character interactions that just kind of walk around the land.
Yeah.
Like kind of like Halloween Horror Nights, where they can kind of just mess with you and say stuff to you and like, you know, spook you a little bit.
Spooky a little bit with the puppets too.
What puppets?
You said that there was Hades puppets, right?
No, I meant like as in like the Coliseum show, like puppets as in like almost like the Untrainable Dragon, where they're these giant like.
Yeah. But those puppets could also scare you in the park.
That'd be kind of sick, actually.
You can't even walk.
Literally, they're freaking huge.
It's taking up the entire room, which is pretty much what Magic Carpets of Aladdin does.
Yep.
Adventureland, so it's fine.
So you can do that. And then the last show we have is a little funny like a comedy show that's like it's basically a how-to villain show. That's like, well, here's how. I mean, we all turn to a leaf, but if you were to be a villain, this is how to do it. And then it shows them like evading taxes, you know, being scared of like, you know who the real villains are? The HOA. And then like, I don't know, go from there.
Yeah, absolutely. The HOA, they be always attacking. They always be just.
And it's just a goofy. It's a goofy show that's just supposed to be like a little more lighthearted, goofy show. Is there anything else that you want to add? Because that's all we got for the day.
I think we got ourselves a park, and if Disney doesn't listen to all of us, again, we will cease to exist. So they better listen.
We just always stop posting.
Yeah. Boom. We're gonna ghost all of you if this doesn't happen.
If this doesn't happen, all of a sudden, like one of this stuff happens, we're actually like, okay, actually, like, what the heck? All of a sudden, we see like an announcement. It's like, we are doing hell-fired roasted pizza. I was like, what the?
Whoa. So, I think how it's gonna work is if they don't follow us exactly, we're just gonna start doing a Dave Ramsey show here.
A what show?
Their finances.
Oh my gosh.
People are just gonna call it. We're gonna be like, "Hey, yo, you need to sell the car." Disattractions.
My goodness. Well, thank you guys so much for listening or watching. We really appreciate it. Sorry the episode did not come out on time. Everything has been pretty hectic in our lives. I mean, I work pretty much full time, so it's hard to, and everything crazy at work and everything. It's just going crazy. So thank you so much for listening and taking time to watch. We appreciate you guys, and we'll see you on the next one.
Yeah, maybe Cruz is on the next one.
Maybe,
perhaps.